Hi, I'm Scott Campbell. Welcome to my window painting tutorials. Lesson number 6, lettering 1. Before we get started, I wanted to show you the window splash I washed off before starting the new one for this tutorial.
Back manifestation. Pac-Man. 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 Back manifestation.
Well, here I am with my 2-inch foam brush again and my little tray, and I sort of size up the window and figure out, how the letters are going to fit in there. Sometimes I take my finger and actually mimic, I'm actually drawing the letters out to give me a sense of where they go. So then from there I just go ahead and I start laying in the paint, and I don't worry about making mistakes too much because it's glass, it's very forgiving, and you can just go back and you can trim it, you can take it off completely and restart if you need to. And it's basically how I work. I just go in and push the paint around, and then I take my 2-inch razor and I can go in and trim the edges, clean it up, which makes it really quick. So the thing I'm doing here is strawberry shortcake, so I'm writing shortcake here. So I got the S. And a lot of times what I do too is I stagger the letters. I go up and down like on a wave. It makes it easier and it's quicker. I don't have to worry about it being all lined up exactly, and it kind of gives it a flair too. So that's what I'm doing here. Oh, here I'm wiping I'm wiping the eave off because I spilled a little paint. So as you can see, I'm kind of like sizing it out, figuring out where to put the next letter. And sometimes I have to kern the letters. Sometimes I have to make the letters thinner or wider to fit into the space. But it's pretty forgiving. I mean, it's a window splash, and people aren't really concerned with total accuracy. It's more about getting people's attention than anything else. And see here, I went in, the O I completely covered in because I had made the sides too thick. So I went back in and just scraped it off and redo it. And also later what I'm going to do is try to get a better angle. I'm always trying to get a better angle of me doing this lettering. This is my GoPro, and it's a little bit high, so should have been a little bit lower so you could see more of the bottom of the letters, but this still gives you kind of an idea of what I'm up to. So sometimes I trim out each letter, or sometimes I wait till all the letters are done and then I go back and trim them. But right here what I'm doing, I'm taking my hand. I wanted to show you that I decided I wanted to make the letters like flare out more. But for me it's all really fluid. It's like just not worrying about exactness, but again making it more, giving it more flavor like the lettering. So here you can see I'm going in and I'm spending a little more time than I usually do on lettering. And sometimes I spend longer, but so now here you can see I'm just going in and I kind of trim it to give it a really clean edge, and I kind of bow in a little bit to make it look, give it a look. This is the finished product here. Looks like I need another second coat on the K though. So that's with a 2-inch foam. Now I've got my 4-inch roller, which I use for the little bit larger lettering. So on this side I'm going to be writing in I think I'm doing strawberry. Yeah, I'm writing in strawberry. So here I kind of tip it on in and I draw with it. Now you can take a grease pencil and sketch it out and line out all your lettering exactly how you want. You can use tape and make lines. Not a lot of people do it like this, but it's from doing it so many times. I used to use chalk to draw on the window with chalk with my characters and stuff. I used to use carpenter's chalk. You can find that, and that's fun to draw with and easy to draw with. And you can do like what animators do and use searching lines and create your lettering that way. And again, like I said before, you can also take your dimensions and lay it all out. Or if you're doing a character, you can actually put a paper template inside as a guide. So here what I'm doing is because I'm doing script, I used to hate doing script. And I didn't like to do new things, which sounds crazy, but I didn't like to do new lettering because I'd have to learn and program my brain to do it. But it took me a while to learn how to do script. But yeah, I got a job from, it was Skipper's. They had several stores, like maybe 20-something stores they wanted done, but they wanted script lettering, and I was just, didn't want to do it at all. But it's all about practice, the more you do it, your brain records all the movements and stuff, and after a while you just get faster and faster. So that's the thing about lettering. Here I go trimming it again. I think of doing lettering kind of almost like sculpting, or modeling. Like here I go in and out, and the R's are kind of tricky. And then there you can see I pause for a moment because I'm kind of looking at I look at the letter before and kind of see where I want to put the stem for the A. This is going to be strawberry. So I go in and, like right here, I kind of pause and, okay, this is where I want it. Because I kind of visualize the A fitting in there. And I don't know how other people do their lettering or, different sign painters and stuff, but this is how I do it. This is the method I've developed that works for me, and it's fast and it's pretty accurate. Here I can go back down and trim again. It's all about trimming and adding and making it look right. And the most important thing is flair, giving it some feeling of life, and but yeah, I turn the roller kind of on end too. Like to do these thinner ones. See, I'm doing thinner lines, you can see. Anyway, this is the finished product here with it filled in with the red. Okay, here what I did is I brought some stickers. I have a digital printer, so I decided instead of painting a bunch of strawberries, I'll just stick some on the window. But I do paint out the strawberry shortcake here. I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, next this is me filling in the lettering I did earlier in the video, shortcake. And this is the 2-inch foam brush. And I think I've showed you this before. You can use 2-inch foam, or you can use any kind of brushes you want, really. It's all about just doing what works for yourself, creating, avenues, pathways of how you put your stuff together. And this is just stuff I've developed over years and years, and you can try it, or you can modify it, or do whatever. You can see some of the small stickers there too. And sometimes I'll do lettering like this, and I'll use the roller to fill it in. I think I have some videos like that, but I'll have to do some how-tos on that too. And again, I got to get a better angle on the camera. I want to go back to my standard camera. I did get a new camcorder, so. But this is kind of fun. I enjoy doing this. And the red, I usually do 2 coats of the red. It looks pretty good here, but if you were there, you would see it's a little bit splotchy. So I just keep working it, and I don't worry about if the lines are exact. The white space is exact around it. Sometimes I get really, really close and I just leave it, because visually someone driving by in a car at 35 miles an hour, they're not gonna notice. The impact will be there, the red and the white. I use red and white a lot because the white stands out against the dark window, because when you're standing back, the windows look like almost like black. So it's all about contrast. The white against the dark window, and then the dark red, the saturated red, which is about an 80% value. So I'm going to go into this kind of lettering more later with the brush and talk about the different types of brushes in the next video. And this is basically it's a flat. It's my the brushes I got at Utrecht, and I think I talk about the brushes, but I'll go into details more about brushes later. Thanks for watching.